Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Stardew Valley 1.5 here on Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel with me, your host Max. Okay, so this is a very special episode because on the last one we were able to acquire the rabbit's foot. Now we need the rabbit's foot in order to finish off the community center. On top of that, we're going to be starting off the last week, which means we have only this episode and 3 more to finish off the spring season, and then we move on to the summer season. And that will mean more crops and more fun stuff. However, if we finish off the community center, that might theoretically mean that we might be asked or offered the chance to fix Willie's ship. So my hopes are that we are going to be able to reach Ginger Island on this playthrough, and hopefully we're going to be able to do something regarding it, because I'm not sure if Eric is planning on another big update for the game where he's going to add God knows what, and I'm going to have to start a brand new game or brand new farm. We're going to see how things are going to work out for us. But anyhow, that is the plan for now. We don't have any birthdays. On the next episode, we're going to have the flower dance. So let's go take a look at the weather report. So it's gonna be a nice day tomorrow. It's a lucky day, but I think I have way too many errands to run in order for me to go again into Skull Cavern. And the Queen of Sauce is gonna teach us the complete breakfast. Now, if you want to learn more about the Queen of Sauce meals or the meals from NPCs, I made a video about it. It's on the channel. Link is in the description. If you're not subscribed to the channel, it will actually pop up on the front page for you. So go check it out theoretically if you're new here, and welcome if you are, and consider subscribing if you are too. Okay, so we now know how to make Alex's favorite dish. So when we take a look at the snapshot of the farm, in the upper right corner we see that bunch of kegs are done brewing wine. Also we see that we have mail. If we go lower, we see that we have 2 fish ponds which are requesting something, and we have 5 fish ponds with roe ready to be picked up. Now, the midnight carp is located in the separated fish pond, but I'm planning on building 3 additional ones eventually. He is requesting earth crystal, and I actually did manage to get one on the last episode when I ran into the skull caverns, but coincidentally I think I sold it. But thankfully I have surplus in one of the chests, so that can be dropped off. The other fish pond is more of an unfortunate thing because the blobfish is requesting the tea beverage, and this will take me until the end of the summer season to obtain, because I have tea saplings currently growing inside of the mushroom cave, but it's gonna take a while before they are fully mature. So there's that. Now, if we go lower, we see that our avatar is standing in between bunch of chickens, rabbits, ducks. There should be a dinosaur too, and we have another one in the incubator. So question is when he is gonna be ready, or she is gonna be ready. And if we go to the left from our silos, we see that the crops still need time to reach full maturity. That one beehive which has honey in it, I'm gonna leave it alone and wait for the other beehives to produce honey so that they are all synced up to the same schedule and I get all the honey in the same time. If we go higher, the fence from the preserve jars has bunch of jelly, bunch of 8 roe in there, so I'm gonna be able to pick this up. And I have been actually thinking about picking up the preserve jars and putting them inside of the shed. But before I actually do so, I want to first get the shed upgraded, because if I do so, or if I do not upgrade the shed and I start cramming in the preserve jars before the shed has been upgraded, it's gonna create some issues with how the remaining preserve jars can be loaded in. So I would have to be really strategic in order to place them in correctly. But we have a ton of stuff in the greenhouse and such, because of course I have screwed up majorly during the recording. So this is attempt number 2. So yeah, fun stuff. I do tend to enjoy when I F up the recording and I have to start all over again, especially considering how much time and effort goes into recording these episodes. And I'm not even talking about how much time do I spend editing them. But anyhow, we have then stuff in the greenhouse, we have stuff in the mushroom cave, there's the crab pots, but I don't care about them right now. I'm gonna go see what's in the mail, and I'm gonna start processing these things so that we can get a couple of things done. Because I wanna go see Robin and put an upgrade for the big shed. Then I wanna go see the traveling merchant. Then we should also focus on finishing off the community center. So there's like 3 priorities which I want to make sure that I get done. If I go theoretically into Gus's saloon, we might see the cutscene for me finishing off the special quest where I dropped off the 24 eggs. And because tomorrow is gonna be the start of the last week, we should be free, or we should have access to 2 new special quests accessible on the bulletin board there. So we're gonna see how that will work out. Okay, so Pierre wants sashimi. Sashimi has the advantage that you can use any fish. However, if you are storing legendary fish or rare fish in your fridge and you're going to try to make sashimi, I can guarantee you the crimson fish or something else is going to get turned into sashimi. So don't store your fish where they can be theoretically processed into a sushi. Okay? And that's about it. So let's go and get the farm processed. Now, one thing where jury is still waiting for a result is if the geode crushers are better than Clint. Sure, it's advantageous for me to gain access to certain stuff, which will allow me to, let's say, be capable to crack my own geodes. But the thing is that Clint has had his freaky moments where he was able to crack open a geode even on like the unluckiest of days, and from that cracked geode I was able to get like 12 pieces of coal and stuff like that. So it's really hard to determine if Clint is easily replaceable by the geode crushers. I would have to run a whole lot more tests, but because the geode crushers are not the easiest thing to manufacture, it kind of might affect how effectively I can run the experiment without the use of mods, which would give me unlimited access to certain things. Okay, so if I would actually start knocking off the preserve jars, one way which I can do things in order for me to not block myself from having access to the remaining space once the shed is upgraded, which takes 2 days, so that means on the next episode only we're gonna see the results of Robin's hard work. Also, I'm not a huge fan of keeping the preserve jars in here because, well, fairly simple reason, it's a nightmare to keep a track of them in between all of those bushes. So what I can do here is put down the preserve jars like this. I always keep these 2 tiles free for the purpose of filling them in with the chests. So one I use for raw ingredients, one I use for the artisanal items which are produced, and I usually tend to keep one shed for just preserve jars and one shed just for the kegs. So we're gonna see how this is gonna all turn out. So far, not that much of a great crop, but maybe it's gonna change, who knows. And when it comes to the greenhouse, I am aware that I'm growing tea or sorry, coffee and strawberries outside. Strawberries are unfortunately just one season crop, but coffee is two seasonal crops. So because it can go up till the summer and it will last, I will be replacing the coffee and these crops inside with like ancient fruit or more star fruit. But talking about star fruit, I will definitely need to get my hands on more seeds here, especially for the summer season, because I will want to get as many batches of this good stuff as possible. So there's that. The other thing I can actually take. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely need to get more mayonnaise machines. That's for sure. Come on, go for a swim. I want to see a swimming duck. Higher chance that the chickens are gonna go for a dip. Okay, so the last thing which we want to do is deal with the cows. I can process the community center at the end of the day, but what I will need to focus upon right now is making sure that I will still go see Robin and putting the request for the big shed. So let's get at least some cheese to be made, and I'm gonna run off for a quick second after we sell all of these goods. Okay, so for big shed we require 20,000 gold, 550 wood, and 300 stone. Now we do have the stone, but we don't have the wood, so I might be forced to actually purchase some from Robin, and this is where I made the mistake previous time. As I was buying the thing, I accidentally then clicked on the stack of wood. It got sold back for absolutely no value whatsoever freaking ever, and I could not have then get the construction to get going, which would mean a whole lot of issues because Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesdays are horrible when it comes to the schedule for the ladies. So what we need to do is go to shop for this, and hopefully this time I will not screw it up, or I'm gonna probably kill myself by doing something so dumb. So I accidentally clicked on this, and by doing so, yeah, I totally effed it up. So let's see if we can fix up my mistake this time. Okay. Prove that even I'm capable of somewhat of a miracle. The issue is right now we don't have that much money left, so I should not be really purchasing wood from Robin. I should go on some chopping spree or something. So let's chop down this tree. Let's go to the community center, say hi or bye-bye to Junimos. So you should still have the rabbit's foot. Yeah, I do have it. The reward for the Enchantresses Bundle is just 5 gold bars, so I'm gonna probably sell them. And of course the question is if I'm gonna be capable of making the cinema come a reality. Like I said, don't know if Eric has any major plans for the game when it comes to the updates. Which brings me to one thing, and that is his continued support for the game. None of the updates, none of them, have had any paid model behind it. So no DLC, none of that crap. Just pure updates, support from the content creator, and yeah, I mean, you don't see that quite a lot these days. So whatever Eric is working on next, I will definitely try to cover it here on the channel. Okay, let's see what Princess has for me. Large egg, melon, no. Shrimp cocktail, apple sapling, I'll take the rare seed, but that's about it. Okay, so I'm gonna chop down a couple of these trees. There's a huge chance we are definitely not going into the skull mines. Since I'm here, I should theoretically also take a look into the secret woods, because you never know what might be in there, except of those 12 pieces of hardwood. I'm actually really surprised that that one hardwood log was not replenishing itself in the lower left corner of the map. It's kind of an unfortunate thing. But yeah, at least it gives you a reason to keep coming here. I totally forgot to bring the maple syrup this time. Maybe next time, who knows? Who knows? My focus was right now on 3 things. Getting the big shed, getting to the community center, and getting to the traveling merchant. Because you never know. If I did not get the rabbit's foot from the skull mines by killing one of the serpents, I would have definitely been forced to keep waiting for the rabbits to reach their full maturity, or for me to keep going into mines or keep visiting the traveling merchant in case she would have it. Because yes, I have seen a case where she actually did offer me the rabbit's foot. However, she has one massive RNG of what can theoretically be in her inventory, so it's never guaranteed. And I have even tried, just for the heck of it, in the 1.5 version, to launch a game in the same day and restart it twice, and she had the same exact inventory, so it does not remix itself on you restarting the game, which is unfortunate. What might, however, change is if you get a gift from someone and then you open it on the second attempt. It might be actually a different gift. This I can confirm, but the inventory of the traveling merchant, I cannot, unfortunately. So, yeah, that stinks. We're going to be able to replenish some of that wood here. I actually think I did plant some of these trees with the purpose of having tappers installed on them. But I don't think I even have the tappers properly set up here yet, so we'll just demolish the local tree populace. And we will go back to the farm. And we will try to process more cheese. So I'm really wondering if tomorrow we're going to be able to trigger the cutscene where villagers are going to celebrate the reopening of the community center. I do hope that Pierre is going to knock the person from Jojo Mart, totally forgot their name right now, sorry, through the roof. That's always a funny thing to see. So the trees are mostly gone from here. But this had to be done. Do we have the basic coffee? No. Okay. Might actually have to pop the triple shot. There's still a ton of time. I know it's not the most efficient use when it comes to chopping down trees. It doesn't speed up the process in any way, but it will speed up the process of me reaching the house and getting to some of the things which I still need to get processed. So I'll shut up for now, and I'll talk to you at the summary and of course on the next day, because we got more stuff to cover and more stuff to get done around the farm.
One eternity later.
Okay, so I wanted to make more coffee, but I was cutting it short there, so I decided to ditch the idea. I'm really glad that I was able to get that additional pale ale, and I'm definitely looking forward to replanting the hops during the summer season. I will not be planting the hops, however, in the Ginger Island, or on the Ginger or Fern Island, or what's it called these days. I will focus on starfruit mostly, and maybe some ancient fruit. And maybe the mango and the banana trees too. So we have pretty damn decent yield, thanks to all the artisanal things. Almost 40,000 gold just from that. We have stuff from fishing. We have stuff from the mining. So let's see what we can do on the start of the last week of the spring season. Okay, so last week of the spring season, we have 3 more episodes to look forward to. Each one will be packed with at least something. Next episode, we have Flower Dance. Then we have Pierre's birthday. And if I did keep the fried calamari from Caroline in the one of the chests, we should have a pretty damn good gift for him. And then Emily's birthday. And Emily is an easy shopper. So let's take a look at the weather. So it's gonna be a sunny day next episode, which means the next episode will have just sunny days. Today is not the luckiest of days, and living off the land. Here's a tip for you adventurers out there. Don't forget your weapon's special attack. Sword can block incoming attack, which is very useful when slimes are jumping at you. Clubs can pound the ground, sending enemies flying, and with a dagger you can perform a super quick triple strike attack. Be safe. Yeah, I'd rather take the being able to knock them back capability. Okay, so let's take a look at our lovely farm. Ah, can you smell it? All the pollen in the air. Allergies. I mean, let's take a look at what's happening at the farm. So, in the upper right corner, we see that some of the coffee is done brewing, but I will definitely need to replenish those kegs with more coffee because we are running low on triple shot espressos. I have only 2 left. If we go lower, we see that we have 2, 4, 6, 7 rows ready to be picked up, and it looks like the other blobfish is requesting something, so fingers crossed it's not gonna be green tea, or we are gonna be stuck with the same population of blobfish for quite a while. If we go lower, we see that the chickens and ducks are doing perfectly fine. We're gonna have to process the mayonnaise. We're gonna have to take a look at the fiber. If we go to the left from the silos, we are able to see that it looks like the garlic is ready to be harvested, and the coffee as well. And if we go higher, we see that waiting for those beehives to produce honey was a good call. So I'm gonna be able to get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 pieces of honey, which can be theoretically put into the kegs and make myself some lovely mead. The fence from preserve jars is actually almost all ready to be picked up, so I'm gonna have to think of somehow of how to remove them without my cows and goats or going all willy-nilly across the farm. And yeah, then we have the mushroom cave and the greenhouse, so there's that. We can take a look at the mail. Dear Max, everyone around town has been talking about your great generosity lately. Apparently, packages have been appearing in people's houses containing items that they posted about years ago on the community center bulletin, and the packages are all addressed from your farm. Thank you for going out of your way to do something like that. All of us in town are delighted. Mayor Lewis. So there's that, and maybe on the next episode we're gonna see the message from Willy once we trigger the event where everyone is all happy about the community center being reopened, despite the fact that you will never see any of the NPCs going inside afterwards. So it's still a shame, kind of. But anyhow, let's see, what do we have? One crop ready in greenhouse, interesting. And we have all sorts of cool stuff. So yeah, I'll start processing all of this stuff and I'll talk to you once this has been done, because even the music has cut off by the time I'm done covering all the information about the farm. So enjoy this sped up footage, or maybe I'll just cut it off, who knows. I might surprise myself. Why do I keep clicking the mini obelisk when I need to press on this thing? That's weird. One piece of hay is missing. Okay, so there are a couple of things which we need to check out. I want to go see Pierre and get my hands on the grass starter for the animals. I was wondering if this would happen. So the good news is it's happening, which means theoretically on the next episode maybe we might see the message from Willy, which would let us know that we can start helping him fix the ship, which would be great because I'm looking forward to Ginger Island. There's so much fun stuff that can be done, including the farm or just hunting in general for the golden walnuts. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm not sure how you did it, Max, but the community center has never looked better. You've done Pelican Town a great service. Everyone in town is pleased. As a way of saying thank you, I'd like to present you with this town's greatest honor, the Stardew Hero Award. You've earned it. Can I get instead one of those golden statues of you? I'll just smelt it back into golden bars and, you know, make profit off that. Miss the opportunity to take the snapshot. I hesitated. Who's that? Amores! I forgot the name. Sales have been plummeting. Where have all my customers gone? Ah, Morris. What? All my customers here? Not spending money? This isn't good. How does it feel? Let's be reasonable. Let's settle this the old-fashioned way. Yeah, this is just too hilarious to pass on. So, this means nothing. I'll just run a 75% off sale and something something because I accidentally clicked on the mouse. No, not this time, Morris. I think it's time we settled this once and for all. Oh, and how do you propose we do that? I'm not sure if he's dancing, but sure. Wait, you're not supposed to punch a guy who's wearing glasses, but if both of them are wearing glasses, does that mean the rule is negated? You know, because minus and minus equals plus, stuff like that. If you're too scared to fight me, then bring one of your coworkers or one of your Joja employees. Such cowards. Yeah, I don't think you want to be battling Shane. That dude seems way too serious. Insult me all you like, but don't you dare slander the good name of Joja. Pierre! Ha! Good stuff. You're even weaker than your fresh produce selection. And the way you threw punches is just like Joja. Quantity over quality. Come on, hit him with that right hook. Whee-ah! I just fixed the damn thing and you go making a new roof window. Awesome. So Morris and his Joja cronies have never been heard from again. This means that the community center is now officially fixed. And Pierre is our only store. But the good news is that since we fixed up the shop, we can now gain access to it even on Wednesday. Stop telling me how to live my life. Hey, cut it out. We're letting you live here free of charge until you finish school. It seems like you don't appreciate that at all. Stop trying to make me feel guilty. I appreciate that you and Dad are helping me out, but expecting me to dress the way you want is ridiculous. I'm not a little girl anymore, Mom. You're right. I'm sorry. Now you make a thump with your foot? Is someone there? Yeah, that's a smart choice to run away. Why is my character such a creepy guy? Always listening on other people's conversation. I swear this house is haunted. So all I want is the grass starter. Let's go with like 150 for now. I'm quite sure our animals are gonna burn through that rather fast. And let's go see if there are new special quests available for us. And they are. So, once again, let's take a look at the quest bulletin board and see what's available. So, the Prismatic Jelly returns again, giving us 7 days to get it processed. I require assistance in tracking down the rare and dangerous prismatic slime within the local caves. Bring me a jar of its Prismatic Jelly and you will be duly rewarded. You get 1 Prismatic Jelly for Asmodeus, and in return you receive 5,000 gold and the Monster Musk. Now, I have talked about the Monster Musk on multiple occasions. I'm not a huge fan because all it does is attract the enemies, and if you are trying to do a run in Skull Caverns where you are trying to get super deep or something, I don't see the point. So maybe if you are looking for some specific creepy crawly, maybe if you are in Ginger Island and you are trying to summon more of those lava dragons to get dragon teeth, maybe, but I don't know. And the aquatic overpopulation from Demetrius. So for unknown reasons, the local population of fish has grown to an unsustainable level. I need a local angler to help reduce their numbers. Demetrius, you have 7 days, 10 of one of the following depending on the current season. So there are a bunch of species which Demetrius might ask us to fish out. And I'm not really sure if he's gonna require 10 sunfish, 10 sardine, 10 flounder, 10 largemouth bass, halibut, rainbow trout, dorado, tilapia, tuna, red mullet, tiger trout, albacore, midnight carp, salmon, squid, perch, or lingcod. The unfortunate thing is that even if you do this and you receive gold based on the equivalent quantity of the fish themselves, you will get again farm computer. So whatever we do here is I'm not gaining anything tremendous. So I think I'll go for the Prismatic Jelly, and the description from the Prismatic Jelly says that Prismatic Jelly will always drop from killing prismatic slimes. They are only obtained during one of Wizard's special orders. Multiple jellies may be obtained by finding more prismatic slimes before completion of the quest or by having a burglar's raid. However, only one is required for the wizard. And as a quest item, any others will disappear from the player's inventory once the quest is complete. While the quest is active, 1 out of 83 slimes is a prismatic slime. That's a likelihood of about 1.2% that a prismatic slime replaces a normal slime. And yeah, that's about it, all we know. So we're gonna go for that because it's a less of a lucky day. Maybe I'm gonna have the same result as when I tried to do this with the ectoplasm. So when I tried to go into the mines during the unlucky days, I was haunted by ghosts, but I never got a ectoplasm from them. I actually have an episode with the title Ectoplasm, and it seems to be doing really well. It has like over 100 views, so maybe it's the key word, but who knows. Anyhow, we are gonna try to look for this little bugger, and we're gonna see if we can get that monster musk thingy and see if we're gonna trigger or use it even once, because it requires stuff like bat wings and such in order to be used. So who knows? There is a ton of stuff still that needs to be processed. But yeah, good news is that we have finished off Community Center. The good news is that Pierre will be opened on Wednesdays, and even better news is that I might be still able to get some stuff processed around the farm. Okay, so let's pick up all of this stuff. Let's see if we can make more coffee. Should be definitely able to make that thing a reality. Okay, and I will need to process things. Funniest thing is I have now more coffee actually inside of my greenhouse than anywhere else. And the funniest thing is that actually this blobfish is actually asking for cookies. Now I have been considering one thing, and that is to go here, fish out all the blobfish, then reset the fish pond and put in another blobfish. But the chances are there is the possibility that eventually they're gonna ask for green tea again and not for the cookies. So in order for us to make cookies, we need to have friendship or relationship with Evelyn at 4 hearts. That is the only difference in comparison to all the other NPCs. All the other NPCs will start to give you recipes once you have 3 hearts with them. But Evelyn actually, she changes it a bit, and you need to have 4 points of friendship with the old lady in order to get your hands on those cookies. So I should have the necessary friendship points with her, hopefully, and I should have the necessary ingredients in order to make the cookies. Maybe. I'm gonna have to check, and if I will be missing something like flour or such, I'm gonna have to make a quick run to see Pierre and grab those things as fast as possible. So I should not be dealing with the crab pots right now. So cookie. Oh my god, I don't have enough friendship points with Evelyn. How is this possible? We have 2, 4, 6. Did I not go inside of her house and trigger the event where she teaches me how to make cookies? Because in comparison to all the other recipes which you obtain through mail, you actually need to go inside of Evelyn's home and trigger the cutscene, which will then in return give you the access to the cookies. So I don't know. Let's try to see if Evelyn is home, and maybe we can stop by at Gus's saloon to see if we trigger the cutscene for the 2 dozen egg special quest event after it's been done. So please tell me Evelyn is inside her home and we are gonna trigger the... Damn it! She went outside! Now this is George's cutscene. I just can't reach it. If I only could get up from this infernal chair. Thanks, young man. George, The Old and Furious, starring Vin Diesel. It happened 30 years ago. I was working in the coal mines. We were near the end of our shift, but there was one last seam that needed to be broken up. I went in there aiming to set off a stick of dynamite, but my foot slipped into a crack and I dropped it. The dynamite exploded on impact. The next thing I remember, I was lying in the hospital and they told me I'll never walk again. So there you have it. You probably figured I was just too old to walk. Well, I'll have you know that I'd be sprier than a spring chicken if I haven't been in that accident. You've been very nice to me, young man. I appreciate that. When you're old, you start to forget that anyone cares about you. Oh my god, how many cutscenes? Evelyn is not here, so I will not be able to learn how to make cookies. Okay, George, I want you to take a deep breath for me. Turn around, please. George, I'll be honest with you. You need to make some changes in your lifestyle if you want to stay healthy. I'd like you to reduce your sodium intake and try to get some moderate exercise with your arms. I know what's best for me. Who do you think you are telling me how to live my life? I'm your doctor, George. That's who I am. And I went to school for 8 years so I could learn how to make people stay healthy. Oh, I'm sorry, but you shouldn't be here. These checkups are supposed to be private. Not so fast. I like to get a second opinion from this young man. Very well. I'm gonna tell you to shut up and listen to your doctor. George, you should follow Dr. Harvey's advice. Thanks, Max. You see, George, I'm just trying to help you. Fine, I'll do what you say, Doctor. Thanks for your help, Max. I appreciate it. So unfortunately, Evelyn went outside, so we cannot really trigger the cutscene with her in order to get our hands on the cookie recipe. So let's see if we can trigger the cutscene with Gus. Oh, hello there, buddy. I'm just looking over last month's earnings, and it's not looking very good, Max. The worst thing is, and I hate to say this because she's my friend, it's Pam. She hasn't paid off her tab in weeks. But I can't ask her to do it. I know she'll get defensive, and I don't want to hurt her feelings. Well, what do you mean? You need to keep the establishment running, and she has now a job because the bus is fixed. Max, you gotta help me. Hiya, Gus, I'm awfully thirsty, if you catch my drift. Well, okay, Pam. Max, what's going on here? You need to pay your tab right now. The saloon isn't doing well financially. Let's go with that, see what happens. It isn't? That's terrible. Oh! Well, I guess I'd better pay off that tab then. Thanks, Pam. And thank you, Max. Now let's get to that drink, Pam. Or let's give you that drink. And now we trigger the Big Omelet Cutscene. Well, folks, once again, we're gathered for a very special occasion. A rare visit from a very dear friend. My world-famous Giant Omelet. Why is it all so curled up? Did he have the pan too hot? Or, like, what size of a pan do you need in order to fry up a table-sized omelet? Zesty bell pepper, juicy tomato, rich mushroom, and tangy cheese, all enrolled in a blanket of rich, fluffy egg. Dig in, folks! Willie, what do you think? If he's gonna say it's missing fish, I'm gonna kill him. The mushrooms are a tad chewier than last year. Is that a good thing? Aye, lad. It's great, Gus, and it tastes even better because it's on the house. What? These eggs are so rich and yellow. Marnie, are these from your place? Nope, you can thank Max over at Kokomo Farm. Kokomo eggs. Why aren't I part of this whole shebang? Awesome. That's great. I supply him with 24 pieces of egg, and he does not even bother including me in the stuffing of their faces. That's just awesome. Okay, so we need to get rid of some of these things in my inventory. I'm not sure why I had spring onions in this chest. Don't ask me. Okay, so let's get the grass starter. I'm quite sure they're gonna demolish it again rather quickly. But I have tried on many occasions to do the old trick which players used to utilize, where you put like 4 pieces of fence, and in between that you put the grass starter so it will keep on spreading from that location, but it doesn't seem to be working anymore. And I have tried it with multiple variety of items, and it just doesn't seem to cooperate. So I'll have to keep resupplying them with all of this. And now the question is, what do I do if I remove all of these preserve jars? Because there's quite the hole in the fence now. I'm actually thinking I might keep these preserve jars over there because the funniest thing is we still have the row which is being produced by the fish ponds, and it's just much more convenient for me to drop them off in there that way. So I'm gonna have to see what's up with that. And yeah, we do have a decent number of preserve jars, but I'm gonna have to go into the greenhouse and fetch some of those things which are growing there in order for me to get something decent and turn them into artisanal items. So pomegranates, apples, all these things can be turned into jelly. No, please don't eat the orange. Stop trying to eat the orange. Okay, I need this one seed. So I will need to grab the coffee and move it elsewhere. And I'm gonna need to make the chest for the items here. So all the fruit tree and the strawberries need to be moved inside of the shed. So I need to go fetch some wood. And I'm not sure if building more cheese presses is the way to go. Maybe I'll just use the kegs to get the spot filled in. Who knows? Might be easier that way. Who knows? It's out of the way, but eventually I will definitely try to build in another shed. And if I have another shed filled with just the kegs, then it might be a bit more easier for me. So this is 12 kegs together. Forming the fence. If you would be so kind as to move a bit further. Beautiful. Thank you. So these are just like a temporary solution to this big issue which I'm dealing with. I somehow missed out on one of the honey. At least I think that's what happened here. And we're going to be moving the preserve jars indoors too. So maybe more lightning rods? Who knows? But I definitely want to keep the preserve jars in here. So you know what? Because we're going to be getting more fish ponds. At least 3 more can be squeezed in over here. Let's do this. Let's put in these over like so. I'm going to have to drink another triple shot espresso. It's 7 p.m. So there's still time to theoretically go into the mines and see if we can get something done. And let's put in pomegranates and peaches. These are the most valuable things. If you put in oranges and the other stuff, that's perfectly fine. But the unfortunate thing is that strawberries are still gonna make you more money from the jelly. But at least I'll be starting to utilize all this fruit from the fruit trees, because it's gonna also take quite a while before the fruit from the fruit trees is able to be aged. So it takes an entire year for the crops or the trees to start producing you a silver star quality items. So that's gonna take a while there too. Not really sure if I want to put these things into the kegs. Once again, strawberries would be the way to go. But like I said, jelly is a more convenient way. It takes less amount of time to be made. I also made a video about keg versus preserve jar. That was a fun project which started this whole something versus something in me. And I have another idea for Stardew Valley. Maybe I'm already working on it. Who knows? Maybe you should consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you know if the episode will be published. You never know what I am up to. Okay, so we are able to make this, and I have therefore effectively used up most of my stone. But the funniest thing is that if I'll go into the mines to try and hunt for the slimes, might be able to get my hands on the stone. So who knows? Who knows? Who knows? What do we want to put in there? Let's go with the pomegranates. Okay, so 2 of the chests. One's gonna go here, one's gonna be here. I like to keep the green one for the color of like the crops or just the greenery in general. So this is gonna all go here. And the jelly and stuff is the purple color for like representing the artisanal item or theoretically iridium quality in items. I'm well aware that you would first need to age something in order for it to reach the iridium quality, but we are light years away from that. If it's even worth it at some of these points, like certain things have definitely the added value if you age them, but it just takes like an entire year for an ingredient to be turned into iridium quality. So yeah, there's that fun thing. Okay, so it's Monday the 22nd. I'm not sure if I will be able to replace all the garlic with the kale seeds that I still have access to. I would definitely try my best. So let's go fetch those. Is there anything which... Yep, let's go put that in there. I cannot believe I don't have yet access to the cookie recipe. How is that even possible? Okay, so let's sell all these critters. Let's take all that coffee. And I want to grab the kale seeds. Now, I unfortunately don't know how many do I have. And because we have the deluxe speed grow, kale takes 7 days to reach full maturity, with the possibility to having the growth time reduced. It just might be able to make it, but this would then make it like the last possible harvest or planting of any crops during the spring season here at the farm. So I need to be careful about how I go around doing this. Okay, so I was able to use up the last remaining seeds here. Conveniently, it all worked out for me. Fun stuff, fun stuff. These are gonna be left in here, and these are gonna be moved around inside of the greenhouse. And that is gonna be it for this episode. I hope you did enjoy it, and I'm really hoping that on the next one, we're gonna see Willy trying to ask us to do him a big favor and fix his old ship. That would be just awesome, especially from the content point of view, as we would be able to gain access to the Ginger Island, and by doing so, we would be able to start processing a whole lot more stuff and see how the game will treat us once we gain access to this new farmable land and access to all these new types of resources. So if you did like the episode, give it a big thumbs up. helps a lot with the algorithm. This way I can reach a wider community and build also a larger community around the channel so that us, the casual players, can have some fun content or discussions in the comment section. Comments help a lot too. If you have any tips, tricks, concerns, comments for me, feel free to leave them in the comment section. I actually do appreciate it more than those damn spamming bot accounts which kept leaving links in my comment section, but I somehow got rid of them. So there's at least that, or at least for now. Hopefully, knock on the wood, they will not try to return. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching. Stay safe out there, and see you in the comments or at the next one. And don't forget to subscribe. Oh damn, I totally forgot to go and sleep. Damn. That's my bad.